Our first stop tonight is going to be in the Little Ituri Forest. And let's go!
Trevor, you got mine? Mine's right here.
And if you look to the right, folks, you'll see an animal with striped legs called the okapi. Many people do think that the okapi is related to the zebra because of those stripes, but actually, the okapi is most closely related to the giraffe. You can tell by looking at their head, they have the same general skull shape, and both animals have long tongues that help them grasp their food a little more easily. Okapis are also relatively shy and reclusive creatures, so they were not known to the Western world until about 1901. Sometimes the animals like to hide in the trees and bushes out here, folks, so just to keep a close eye out.
Oh yeah, you're blue.
Forest and into the Safi River, folks. Now take a look at those animal spotting guides above your heads. And do we have any guesses as to what kind of animals we will see in the Safi River? Any guesses? Hippos is a good guess.
Crocodile.
Crocodile. I also like that one, folks. And through the Safi River, we are going to move poli-poli. In Swahili, poli means slow. Saying something twice in Swahili puts emphasis on it, so we are just moving very slowly. This will also give us a better chance to hopefully see a few animals out here. I have my fingers crossed. And keep a sharp eye out, folks.
Where is it? I don't know what the circle is. I see the I think it's just air. Maybe it is. Birds posing.
And over to the left here, you'll see a couple of hippos sticking out behind that island. Nile hippopotamus do tend to stay submerged for most of the day, which helps them cool off. They can stay submerged for about 8 minutes at a time before they need more oxygen. And these gray-colored birds over here are the pink-backed pelican, named for the pink color that appears on their back during mating season. But unlike flamingos, that pink color appears on their skin and not their feathers. And at this point in the safari, I do like to remind everyone to please stay fully seated because we are about to cross a bridge, folks. And over to the left is another hippo snacking out there. Hippos are herbivores. They eat mostly fruit and vegetables. There, please stay fully seated for me, everybody. I need everybody fully seated, fully seated, fully seated. Thank you. And out to the left, folks, you will see the Nile crocodile. These animals can grow to be 16 to 20 feet in length. They also have an incredible 2,000 pounds of pressure per square inch of their mouth. That allows them to be able to break the bones of any of their prey. Now, crocodiles are reptiles named ectotherms, so they warm up and cool down a little differently than you and I do as warm-blooded mammals. And as a newborn crocodile is about to hatch from its egg, the adult will place that egg into their mouth and gently roll it around. That helps break up the shell a little bit, allowing the newborn to hatch just a little more easily. And as we round the corner, folks, if you look to the right, you'll see an African baobab tree, also known as the upside-down tree, because it looks like the roots are sticking out of the top of it. But actually, these trees just stay leafless for about 9 months of the year, which allows them to conserve their water in the African heat. It's also the same kind of tree you'll see featured at the front of our park, the Tree of Life. And out in the distance, these gray-colored animals you may see are the white-bearded wildebeest, folks. They're one of the most famous migratory animals in the world.
See the wildebeest, those animals that are walking?
And wildebeest live and travel in herds numbering anywhere from 10 to 1,000. There is also no designated leader among a herd of wildebeest. And these tan-colored animals in the tall grass over here are the springbok. They can spring up 6 feet in the air from a standing position, 13 feet while moving forward. Look at that.
It was one of those springboks.
And also over to the right, folks, you will see the Ankole cattle, also known as the Watusi cattle, for the first tribe known to domesticate them. The horns they have on top of their head can grow to be 5 to 6 feet in length, and even though they may look heavy, they're actually hollow. This allows blood to circulate through them and cool them off during the day. And if you look to the left, folks, in that cove up ahead, you'll see a couple of spotted hyenas in there. These animals do live in a matriarchy, so even the lowest ranking female is above the top ranking male. They are famous for that giggling sound that they let out. And even though they're often thought of as scavengers, they're actually quite powerful hunters. There's a good look at some of the Ankole cattle and the white-bearded wildebeest out here, folks. And on either side ahead of us, you'll notice what look like large red piles of dirt. These are actually termite mounds. Animals on the African savanna like to use these as scratching posts. You'll also climb on top of them to see what other animals are coming their way. And termites build their mounds out of local dirt as well as their own saliva and their own dung.
I don't want that in my house.
You will notice a Maasai giraffe. Maasai giraffes are identified by those widespread irregular patterns of their coat. Giraffes only have 7 vertebrae in their neck, the same number that you and I have. They're just a bit larger. Those long legs they have allow them to run at a top speed of 35 miles an hour and cruise at a casual 10. Giraffes are born at about 6 feet tall. They can stand and walk within the first few hours of their life. And there are a few more out to the left. Let's take a good look at them.
There's a few more out to the left.
Giraffes do only sleep 30 minutes out of the entire day, so if you ever see them standing still or kneeling down, they're probably taking a short nap. And I believe we're headed up to a watering hole, folks. Hopefully we'll see a few more animals out this way.
30 minutes? I slept a little bit.
Reserve from Safari 38. Sometimes that happens, folks. No worries. Be advised, we did blow a tire on the Mandrill Cattle Guard.
We knew it was raising and building pressure. I know.
You guys seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah. I told you this is Jurassic Park.
But does it put me
Well, I'm looking at that one. It's good.
Good. Maybe we just picked some more animals.
Yeah. There's more vehicles behind us.
And folks, if you could remain seated for me. No worries, folks, this does happen on the safari at times. We're just gonna keep moving. No worries, we'll proceed as normal, everybody.
What?
He has more than one tire.
What happened? We're just gonna move on.
And we are just gonna keep moving forward until we see an animal out this way, folks. We are getting close to that watering hole, so I'm hopeful we'll see someone out here. And does anyone on board have a favorite African animal? Elephant, those are one of my favorites as well. Any other favorites, folks? A cheetah, ooh, that is a good one. That's not one that I often hear, even though it's one of the more famous African animals. Any other favorites back there? Zebra, ooh, I do like those as well. Those are very pretty. Hippo, all right, that's another great one, folks. And let's keep moving forward. We are coming across a rather old bridge, folks, but no need to worry. You'll hear some creaking and groaning. That's perfectly normal. It's just the age. They did put some fresh duct tape on it this morning. If you listen closely, that's the same sound I make in the morning, folks. And we are getting closer to that watering hole, so I'm very hopeful we'll see a few more animals out here. Cross your fingers. No two safaris are the same, so you never know what you're going to see. So we're just going to keep heading on through. See if we can spot anyone up ahead. You'll notice a couple of other African baobab trees. They're quite popular out in these parts.
Well, it looks like it's upside down.
And out to the right are the water buck, folks. Those animals do drink an incredible amount of water during their lifetime, so they do not migrate. They stay near a body of water. And as we keep moving a little bit forward, once we get around the corner, I'll point out another animal I saw up here. We are coming up on the greater flamingo, folks. These are the lightest pink of all flamingo species. But if you didn't know, flamingos are not born pink. They actually get that pink color from dining on brine shrimp, which contain the nutrient keratin. Keratin turns their feathers that beautiful pink. And if you ever see a large group of flamingos like this again, folks, you can call them a flamboyance. That is what a large group of flamingos is called. And we're going to say goodbye to this flamboyant, move a little further down into the African savanna. And I see a few animals up ahead, folks. I'll point them out as we get a little bit closer. It looks like we are heading toward the zebra indeed, folks. Does anybody on board know whether zebras are black with white stripes or white with black stripes? Black with white, I heard that guess. That's a good guess. I will actually tell you how to differentiate once we get a little closer. And once we get up close to these zebras, if you take a look at their nose, tell me what color their nose is. Indeed, their noses are black, which will tell you that zebras are black with white stripes. We're going to move slowly by them so we don't scare them too much. Now, zebra stripe patterns do act like human fingerprints. No two patterns are the same. And those stripes also act as a nice sort of camouflage out in the tall savanna grasses. It helps confuse predators so they don't know where one starts and where one ends. We're going to move slowly over by them just to make sure we don't scare them too much.
You're fine.
And zebras are actually able to defend themselves by delivering a particularly powerful kick with their back legs. That kick can actually break the jaw of an adult lion. That's a pretty impressive kick. And we are coming up on a kopje, folks. A kopje is a large rock outcropping that overlooks the savanna. Kopje allows animals to see what and who may be coming their way. And if you look to the left, folks, you'll see a few lions on the kopje. Males are identified by those nice shaggy manes on their head. Males stay behind and protect the pride while the females go out and do most of the hunting. If you ever hear a lion roar, they're most likely either marking their territory or doing a sort of roll call that helps keep track of everyone in the pride. And another fun fact about lions is that an adult lion's paw may be as large as an adult human's head, just to give you a comparison in size there. And lions do sleep about 16 to 20 hours out of the entire day.
I knew cats.
Just gonna keep moving a little further forward, everyone. Off to the right up here, you'll see a brown-colored animal called the bontebok. Bontebok were almost hunted to extinction out in the wild. They have beautiful brown coats which turn purple when the sun hits them just right, so poachers targeted them for that reason. We're going to keep moving forward. Bontebok are also related to the white-bearded wildebeest that we saw earlier. Another fun fact about them. Alright folks, we are going to come across another bridge, but no worries, this one is not nearly as noisy. Oh, and up close and personal, we have a few scimitar horned oryx over here, folks. These animals are named for the long, brittle horns that are on top of their head. And these animals are actually able to go 9 months without taking a single drink of water, folks. 9 months.
They do kind of look like gazelles.
And folks, even even though sharing habitats with animals is pretty incredible, it does not come without its consequences. As I mentioned, many of the animals that are here on the reserve are still poached out in the wild for a number of reasons, but there are several ways that you are able to help out. You can donate to the Disney Conservation Fund and help fund relief efforts for different animals. You can also recycle your cell phones and laptops to prevent the mining of the metallic mineral coltan from elephant habitats. And you can also choose wildlife-friendly souvenirs and decorations, which help prevent the sale of cheetah coats and rhino horns on the black market. And folks, if you're looking for another exciting thing to do at Disney's Animal Kingdom, don't forget to check out our brand new nighttime show, Rivers of Light. It is a brand new show here. I've heard nothing but beautiful things. The entrances are going to be in Asia for Fast Pass and in Dino Land for Standby. That's over by Finding Nemo the Musical.
You have fast pass for this?
And if we have any Wilderness Explorers on board today, turn to page 13 in your Wilderness Explorer guidebook. Because you are riding on the Simba 1 today, folks, you are on board the Simba 1. And folks, we are getting near the end of our time together here on the Kilimanjaro Safaris, but here at Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye because that sounds a little too final. Instead, we like to say Kwaherini, which in Swahili means to go well. Folks, I would like to thank you for being such an excellent and intelligent group tonight. I had a great time, and I think we were pretty successful in spotting a good majority of the animals tonight. I thought we did pretty well. And as we near the dock up here, please do make sure that you have all of your personal items. You do not want to leave anything behind in the truck. Thank you for visiting us here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, and we hope to see you all again soon.